up, Homedawgs? My name is Gokey Gamer, coach of the Milwaukee Medichams, and welcome to week 3 of the NBBL, where this week we're going to be battling none other than the Commish Nova, coach of the Bermuda Kecleons. I'm pretty scared of this team, but I think I have a pretty decent matchup into it. I think I have a really good matchup into Zamazenta in particular, just because I have Petrarun. Petrarun is a thing, and I also have Deoxys too. So we're kind of vibing. I am Terra Normal on Deoxys this week and Terra Grass on Colossal. Let's see what they brought. No Toadskrull is crazy, so I am absolutely leading Raging Bolt every single time. Holy crap, that's insane. Okay. Well, we do see PZ though. Is PZ the only... Oh wow, PZ's the only Terra Cap. I'm really glad not to see Garganacl. I'm also really glad not to see Registeel. I'm really surprised no Registeel. I was kind of expecting Terra fighting Registeel or even Terra Ghost. So that is very interesting. Wow, I was not prepared for this team. I am scared of Blaziken. Blaziken is probably the best Pokemon in this matchup against me. So, and Terra Porygon Z is also very terrifying. I am very glad not to see the Toadskrull though. That makes my life that much easier. What else is not here? Registeel's not here. Perfect. Okay, so, yeah, I think this is what I'm going to lead off with. I think AV Raging Bolt has a phenomenal potential to lead. If they lead I don't think they'll lead Zamazenta either, just because I hard wall that with Pecharunt and my Deoxys, and I don't think they're going to want to burn their defensive bulkiness yet. So, yeah, we're kind of mad chilling right now. So, the Raging Bolt here is a phenomenal matchup. We're also going to see if Porygon Z is Terra Ground. I am pretty scared of Terra Ground Porygon Z, but I do have my Orthworm. Orthworm is a pretty good matchup into Porygon Z, running max HP Max Spadef, which is very similar to what I ran in week 2. I'm even running Rest Talk again, specifically because I was afraid of Spore Toadskrull. But, yeah, so I'm also very glad not to see Garganacl because I lost a quarterfinals game to that recently, and it was very sad. We are going to see PZ, so I'm very curious if this is... Oh, I forgot to nickname a Raging Bolt. Whoops. Well, it is what it is. Neck! Attack Rose. Perfect. Okay, so I am very okay with that. Let's see here. Porygon Z. A Draco Meteor could just nuke this thing, and I'm very tempted to go for it if you are Terra Ground, Terra Blast. So you know what? I'm just going to say frickin', and I'm going to click the Draco. There is no switch into a Draco. The only switch in is Hatterene, which I can just Volt Switch next turn. So I'm going to Draco here. I'm just going to fire off a Draco. We're going to see an Ice Beam here firing off into me. Does a decent chunk of damage. The freeze is unfortunate. That sucks. This also reveals that we are AD. Oh, let's go! We thawed out. Let's go! Alright, Draco Meteor firing into PZ. Bada bing, bada boom. Almost dead, which is crazy. Alrighty, so do I think you're terroring now? Do I think you're clicking the Terra button now? You didn't this time, which kind of shocks me. I won't lie. Porygon Z taking this much damage is phenomenal. Holy crap, that's a Terra Cap that's just about dead. Absolutely insane. Do I just... Well, okay. This is kind of an answer into this. So, do I just double Draco because I'm afraid of Terra Ground, Terra Blast? I could do that. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to double Draco. If they choose to save this thing, they definitely could. Based on that damage, I don't know. Okay, they are going to swap out here. Do they go into Hatterene? If they go into Hatterene, that's fine. Aphrodite, that sounds like a Hatterene switch, right? Yeah, that's Hatterene. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and click Volt Switch. I really wish I clicked Volt Switch now, but it is what it is. I will click it now, though. Absolutely every single time. It's a very free button click because Toadskrull is no longer here. Wow, Raging Bolt looks so good, dude. Holy crap, Raging Bolt looks phenomenal. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, wow, that must be like... Wow, okay, that's crazy. Alright, I'm gonna go into Orthworm here every single time. It's for free. Still love me. Nova, do you still love me if I was a worm? Would you still love me if I was a worm? Mystical Fire, that's gonna hurt. That does exactly half. Wow, okay. Wait, does my Citrus Berry not trigger? Oh, that's a problem. That is a problem. Oh god, wait. Oh crap, I didn't EV that right. Okay, that's a problem. Okay. Problem. Okay, that's a pretty big problem actually. That is a pretty massive issue. Okay, I need this thing around for Grafaiai. I don't know if they're gonna want to stay in versus me. Okay. That was either a max roll or you're more offensive. If you stay in here, Heavy Slam does a lot of damage. I don't think you're staying in. I'm gonna rest. You don't want to risk this thing going down. Yeah, you don't want to risk this at all. Alright, we're probably gonna see Blaziken come in, if I had to guess. Phoenix, that is absolutely a Blaziken if I've ever heard of one. Alrighty, and we are just going to click rest. Okay, Citrus Berries did not trigger there. Wait, it should have triggered. Why did it not trigger? Why did it not trigger? Hold on. Is there like an interaction that I don't know about? Oh wait, no, I'm still Covert Cloak. Okay, actually, you know what? In this particular case, that's actually okay. I meant to be Citrus Berry, but you know what? That's fine. I'm okay with that. Okay. So, I'm very scared about what the potential set on this is. I'm going to switch into Deoxys. I am afraid that this could be special. If this is special, then this is going to be a Pecharunt game. If it's physical, then Deoxys is always the right play here. So that's kind of my thought process right now. I'm also very scared of setup, so we could see setup. We're going to see a knock. Okay, so that's a lot of damage into me. Hurt by the Rocky Helmet, we always love to see that. Deoxys versus Blaze. Oh, it's Life Orb. Okay, so Blaziken, Life Orb. If you just click knock off. All right, 48 to 57%. Yeah, okay, you look like Adamant Life Orb. So we should always be able to tank a Flare Blitz here. I think I'm just going to click recover. Here. You could click SD. We should almost always be able to tank an SD. We are just going to see raw Flare Blitz. We barely survive because Deoxys is a freaking beast. Burn is unfortunate, though. The burn is very, very unfortunate here. You're taking a lot of chip, though. So, this is honestly fine. This is fine because I have a natural wall into my, I'm a natural wall with my Pecharunt against Namazenta. Okay, so, the burn here really sucks. Nova's getting all the hacks, which is a bit unfortunate. Okay, so you're physical. How do I handle physical? I could go into Volga here and risk that. Do I do that here? I honestly could. Do I think you CC here? No, I don't think you CC here. I think that's ridiculous if you CC. But just in case. CC will absolutely nuke me. But, can I respond in turn? Kind of, yes. I can kind of respond in turn. So I think I'm going to risk it. I'm going to go into Volga on another Flare Blitz. I think that's what I'm going to do here. Alright, let's see it. Let's see what you want to go for here. Do we see Flare Blitz? We just see another knock. Okay, that's fine. You're gonna take more Life Orb chip. That's fine. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. We're probably gonna see a close combat here, if I had to guess. If I Terra Grass, it does 79 to 94%. Oh wait, no, actually, you're not at plus yet. Okay, so I obviously Terra here. I could... what do I want to do here? They could go into Crawdaunt. Honestly, I think Earth Power just does the most damage anyways, regardless. So, yeah, Earth Power just does the most damage. I'm gonna Terrastalize, I don't look at that. Specifically, if Crawdaunt comes in, then Crawdaunt really can't do anything to Colossal, which is pretty great. Losing the leftovers is unfortunate, but it is what it is. They also have to figure out what my Terra is. They have no idea what my Terra could be here. If we can get Deoxys in and heal it up, then that would be phenomenal. Granted, against Crawdaunt, my Crawdaunt matchup does become scarier a little bit, since I won't be Terra normal, but it's fine. We're gonna see Aphrodite, actually. Okay, so that's gonna be this thing. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright, so I'm gonna Terra. This will reveal that I am, in fact, the whatchamacallit. Okay. This will do a decent chunk of damage at the very least. And I'm trying to think. Nuzzle is what I'm afraid of. Am I scared of Colossal getting nuzzled here? Honestly, not really. I'm not really too scared of that. You can't Mystical Fire me. You have leftovers. Okay, you can't Mystical Fire me. How do I want to handle this? Because I could go into Orthworm. Orthworm is still useful against Grafii and Porygon Z, honestly. It's still pretty useful, so you know what? I think what I'm going to do here, I'm gonna get my chip. I think I'm gonna get my chip here. Because, yeah, you're not gonna want to do that much damage to me. We outspeed you as well. So, yeah, we're gonna trap you here, and we're gonna force you to take damage. Calm Mind, that's fine. I'm okay with this. I guess Draining Kiss could be an issue, actually. Draining Kiss could be an issue. So, if you're a Hatterene at +1... Hatterene at +1... Draining Kiss does 27 to 32%. Yeah, you're taking some chip. You're taking them, yep. You're yep. Okay, how do I want to handle this some more? I could just... okay, okay, hold on. So, if you're at that, what does the most damage against you now? Power Gem still does the most damage against you. Let's see. Let's Power Gem. I think this is still okay. Power Gem, boom, does a decent chunk of damage. We're gonna see a Draining Kiss here. How much damage is this doing? Not a lot. That's not a lot of damage. How much HP do you recover from that? It might not be that much. Oh, it is a lot. Okay, so it is a lot, so we are gonna lose this War of Attrition. Which I'm... Okay, how do I handle this? Deoxys is a pretty good switch. Earthworm is also a pretty good switch here. So I'm gonna go into Earthworm. Yeah, Covert Cloak is not as useful here, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Alright, Draining Kiss again, that's fine. Now you have to assume I'm clicking Sleep Talk here. You have to assume that if I have Rest. The question is, are you going to allow me to? I do want to burn a turn of sleep, though. So regardless, I will always click Sleep Talk here, and if we land the Heavy Slam, then that's doing a lot of damage to you. Alright, land the Heavy Slam, baby. Come on. Land the Heavy Slam. Land the freaking Heavy Slam, dude. Go nuts. Yeah, let's go! Alright, holy crap, this thing is almost dead. That's nuts. Okay, Mystical Fire, that's fine. We live those. Okay. And at the very least, Aphrodite is so heavily weakened that I could just go in with Chien-Pao and claim one. So I'm gonna Sleep Talk here again one more time. If we get the Heavy Slam here, that's phenomenal. I doubt we will, but, you know, it'd be pretty funny. Let's go. Come on, Earthworm. Come on, baby. Come on. Body Press. Okay, that's fine. That does nothing, bro. That's crazy. Okay, Draining Kiss. That's not gonna heal that much HP at all. Okay, so I could go into Chien-Pao here. I don't have Psychic Fangs for Zamazenta, which is a bit unfortunate. I could force Zamazenta to come in here. I could definitely force Zama. Do I force Zama here? Because I can literally send anything in at this point. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to force Zama in. I'm going to force the Zamazenta to come in. So... yeah, and even then, like, Zamazenta's still not going to enjoy tanking any hit from this thing. They're probably going to let Hatterene go down if I had to guess. Which is fine. I'm just going to Ice Spinner here. There's... yeah, something here is either dying or taking a lot of damage. Even, like, Zamazenta is not going to enjoy this too heavily much. And I have Petron in the back. I have Deoxys in the back. Colossal even to an extent. So, even though Earthworm went down here, getting a lot of damage on this thing is really good. Because then we're just going to force... like, it's going to be forced to just die, basically. It dies... either dies here, or it'll die to something else. Yeah, we're going to see the swap here. We're probably going to see Zama come in. We could also even see Blaziken. Wolf's Bane. That's absolutely a Zamazenta if I've ever heard of one. Yeah, that's Zama. Okay. Let's see here. How useful is Deoxys in this game at this point? I don't know. That's still a lot of damage. Holy crap, dude. Imagine if I had Psychic Fangs. Although, actually, you do technically outspeed me, so... okay, how do I handle this? Because the obvious switch here is Pecharunt. They're probably going for Crunch here, if I had to guess. Maybe I let Deoxys go down. I don't... the problem is my Blaziken answer becomes a lot scarier. How do I handle Blaziken? Okay, hold on. Let's see, Zamazenta. I could even just stay in and go for a nuke to prevent you from setting up. Pecharunt, Crunch does 23 to 27%. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna save Deoxys for a sack, and I will go into Pecharunt here. I think that's a good play. I think that's my, honestly, probably my best play. So we're gonna do that. Alright, let's see a Howl. We're just gonna see Crunch. Okay, that's fine. That does a decent chunk of damage. Okay. So, I have a couple of options here. I can Curse, I can Recover, I can honestly do anything I want here. I could Malignant. They don't have a switch in for Malignant. This could be Covert. I'm just gonna click Malignant here. We're gonna see the swap. Okay. So it loses its defense item. If it had even had that, it might not have had that. We're gonna see Grafii. Okay, so Grafii comes in. Okay, that's fine. What are you gonna do me? You could click Encore. You could Encore lock me. So what I'm going to do here I could also go Raging Bolt. Do I want to go Raging Bolt here? No. Raging Bolt's still very useful later in the game. So you know what? I'm going to go Deoxys here. I am going to go Deoxys. Alright. And we're going to see if you Encore Lock me. Or if you, like, set up. We're gonna see what you want to do here. The burn really is unfortunate on this thing. Blaziken could be out of the picture now by this point. We're just going to see a knock. Okay, that's fine. That does a lot of damage, though. I'm not okay with that. Crit! Nova, stop getting all the hacks, please! Stop getting all the hacks. You're hurting my soul. You're hurting my soul. My god. We're gonna see a U-turn. Does that kill? Yeah, it does. Okay. So we're probably gonna see Zamazenta come back in, unfortunately. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Yeah, that's annoying. The good news is, Raging Bolt still looks phenomenal here. Raging Bolt looks so good. Like, Thunderclap Raging Bolt looks phenomenal. So I need to make sure that I keep Raging Bolt as healthy as possible for this endgame. Okay, so Zamazenta. Alright, okay, how am I handling this? I guess we'll see what they want to go into first. If they go into Zamazenta this time, I will click Curse, I think. I wasn't yeah, man, that sucks. It is what it is, but that sucks. Okay. They're really thinking. They're taking their time. They are taking their time here. Aphrodite, that's Hatterene. Okay, that's Hatterene. Okay, so... I just go back into Chien-Pao. I literally just go back into Chien-Pao and click Ice Spinner again. Nothing wants to switch into this. Crawdon doesn't even want to switch in. This is fine. I go into this thing. Yeah, this is just a free POW. And I'm just going to click Ice Spinner. Yeah, I just click Ice Spinner here. There is no switch in for this. We could see a sack here, Porygon Z. We could see a couple of sacks here, honestly. Did Grafaiai take damage? I don't know if it did. They switch out here. They're probably going back into Zama, if I had to guess. No, they go into PZ. That makes sense. Okay. So Porygon Z comes in. That's fine. Okay. We're gonna see a download. Special attack raises. So unfortunately for you, Porygon Z is doing nothing this game. Fare thee well, Porygon Z. Okay. Zamazenta's probably going to come in here if I had to guess. Every single time I'm just going to go into Pecharunt now, unfortunately. That's just kind of my only play. We could see Grafaiai, but even then Grafaiai is, like, literally all Grafaiai can do is attack. And I'm okay with that. Because you can't Encore Lock me. Or you can't do, like, any of that shenanigans because you can't run Prankster on a Dark type. So... Wolfsbane, that is the Zama, that makes sense. We could see a double here. If they double, that's really well played. I will go into Rotted Core here. And we'll see. They probably don't switch out here. There's a very good chance we see a Curse. Or, no, there's a very good chance we just see a Body Press. Oh, wow, okay. Okay, so if you did 254... Or if I'm at 254, so 254... I'm at 67%, so you have, like, attack investment for sure. It looks like it must be, like, a max roll. Either it's a max roll or you're, like, item invested, which you could definitely be item invested. Last time you swapped it to Grafaiai, do I think you're doing that again? Kind of. I'm gonna click Curse this time. This could be a bad... This could be... Okay, good. Good. I click Curse. Zonka, yep, that's this thing. We'll get rid of our own Citrus Berry, which is amazing here. We set our own Curse. Beautiful. Alright. Yep, we restore our health with our Citrus Berry. Perfect. You're gonna take some chip. Yep. Okay, now. Do I need Colossal this game? Honestly, hold on. Chien-Pao versus Blaziken. You know what? I'm gonna go into Chien-Pao here, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna go into Chien-Pao. I'm gonna go into Chien-Pao here, because if they knock off my item, I'm okay with losing my item on this thing. Because then that gives me more longevity. And they can't, if they're Prankster, they can't paralyze me or anything like that. So I'm really okay. We could see a U-turn. We see an Encore. Let's go. Perfect. Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. So yeah, you're gonna take some more chip. which is great. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. So, let's see here. I did risk a U-turn there, but it is what it is. Ice Shard will always... Everything kills, basically. So, I'm just going to claim another life. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Letting Grafia go down here makes a lot of sense. Alright. Now, the question is, do I stay... Ooh, okay. Here's another question now. Zamazenta. Let's see. Versus Petrarunt. Okay, I need to do some math. Crunch should not kill. A Crunch should not kill me unless it was like a low, super low roll. So I can still outstall Zamazenta. Do I want to make that prediction and stay in with Pow? Because I could definitely do that. I could absolutely do that. How do I need Chien-Pao here? It's good for countering Hat, but I also have Petrarunt for Hat. Okay. I need to think about this. Malignant Chain should always 1v1 Hatterene. Okay. Wolfsbane. They really thought about that. Do I go crazy? I think I'm gonna go crazy. Frick it, I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy and I'm staying in. If you click body press, that's fine. I don't think you're gonna, I think you're gonna predict the, I think you're gonna predict the, whatchamacallit. I think you're gonna predict Pecha. This play is insane if they predict me to swap, if they don't predict me to swap, I don't know. This is very scary. They could also not be max speed, although I think we still, based on our spread, yeah, we should always never outspeed this unless it's like insanely bulky for whatever reason, but it's not insanely bulky because we wouldn't have done that much damage. Alright, let's see what they go for here. They're thinking, they're predicting, yeah. Heavy Slam, well played. Okay. Oh, we live though! Let's go, defense! Oh my gosh, that was a crit. Wow. Holy crap, that's crazy. Okay, Ice Spinner, bada bing, bada boom. Boom! Let's go, Zama is down. I freaking love you, Chien-Pao. Holy crap. That is insane. Oh my god. Okay. That's crazy. Alright, what comes in here then? Because I literally can just go for Ice Shard. I have Ice Shard. Holy crap. Thunderclap also looks very free. Thunderclap looks so insanely free. It's insane. Okay. This is a game, dude. This is such a game. Oh my god. Okay. Mr. Craw. That is going to be Crawdon. So they're going to Aqua Jet my face. That's fine. I click Ice Shard here. I go out on my own terms. If you predict that and go for an SD, well on ya. What do I think you're going to do here? Man. I could punish... Honestly, maybe I should have clicked Sacred to punish his SD. That's probably what I should have done, honestly. In fact, yeah, that is definitely what I should have done in hindsight. But it is what it is. It is what it is. They're thinking about how they can come back from this game. I honestly don't know. I don't know if they can. Okay, we go for Ice Shard here. We knock ourselves out. We break their Sash if they were Sash. We faint. Bada bing, bada boom. Please tell me you went for Aqua Jet. Knockoff. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Man, I could have just nuked this thing. Okay. Oh, we still have Colossal. We still have Colossal. What do you know? Okay. Do I just go Colossal here? Yeah, I'm just gonna go Colossal here. Great. I'm not gonna risk either of my MVPs. I'm just gonna do this, and I'm gonna threaten you out with the Terra Blast. I could click Power Gem. Power Gem is my best play overall, so I'm gonna click Power Gem. Knockoff, that's fine. Doesn't even KO. Love to see that. Power Gem. Bada bing, bada boom. Doing some damage. Love to see that. Alright, Power Gem one more time. Knockoff. Are you Choice Scarf? You might be Choice Scarf, actually. Low-key. Are you Choice Scarf? That is the question. Actually, you know what? Okay, hold on. Based on that damage, Crawdaunt. I don't think you're banded. I had my item already knocked off. Knockoffs is 33 to 39%. Maybe you are. Can Petrarunt live a hit? Without the Citrus Berry. No. So I have to go into Raging. Okay, well, if you're Choice Scarf, are you Choice Scarf? 51 to 61%. I don't... I'm not gonna risk it. I think you're choiced. You're definitely choiced. I feel pretty safe in saying you're choiced. You could be choice banned, which is a concern. I think I have to Thunderclap, unfortunately. This does let Hat in for free, but I don't care. I kind of have to go for this. Okay, they stay in. Good. Quadon goes down. Okay. That's best case scenario. Okay. We also reveal that we have that. Blaziken, if it comes in, it cannot deal with that. They have to go into Hatterene here, which I can just click Volt Switch on and go into my Petra. So I think this game might be over for Nova by this point. I think it might be Jover. I don't want to speak too soon, obviously, but Nova's going to have a very hard time coming back from this, because I think Raging Bolt just wins the game. We'll see, though. Aphrodite, absolutely. Alright. I think every single time here, I think you have to click Calm Mind. I'm clicking Volt Switch. You could click a Psychic move, but I'm like max Spadef on my Petra. So even then, I think I can still tank a hit. Oh, wow, you just died. Okay. Wow, Raging Bolt, you're insane. Oh my god. Okay, well, can Blaziken win? I guess they can knock me out, but... Yeah, they can knock out Rotted Core, but... in their Life Orb, so I do have to remember that. They're forced to go for an attack here. Phoenix, yep. Alright. You're forced to click a button. I think I just click Recover, because all you can click here is Flare Blitz. Yeah, that's all you can click here. Boom. KOs. Alright, Rotted Core fainted. Alright. Yep. Damage by the Recoil and Life Orb. Yep. Okay. I have Thunderclap. I swear to God, if you have a setup variant move of some kind, I will be very sad. Let's see it. Let's see it, Nova. Let's see your Swords Dance. Vacuum Wave. Okay. That's fine. I still win that exchange. I still win that exchange every single time. Yeah. Well played. I expected Vacuum Wave for the Champao. But yeah. Shoutouts to Assault Vest Raging Bolt. We love to see that. We love to see that. And yeah, Nova just lets me pick up the KO. GG's to Nova, man. What a well-played game. Raging Bolt really came in clutch there. Holy crap. Love to see that. We love to see Raging Bolt come in clutch. I definitely did not play that game the best. I forgot that I hadn't changed my Citrus Berry on Orthworm, so that made things a little bit scarier for sure. In the end, though, I don't think it mattered too much. Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to think what else. I think my Orthworm set maybe could have been a bit better. I don't know. Orthworm is such a tough Pokemon to figure out because it's so vulnerable on the special defensive side, and both of the matchups that I brought it to, I really needed it for special bulk. So that's a bit frustrating, but I think I can still work around it. Colossal, I really wish I had Heavy Slam now. I switched it out for Earth Power. Colossal set I really went back and forth on for a while. Let's see. The Petra set worked decently well. I was a bit scared, but you know what? It did what it needed to do. Chanpao really put in the work. Shoutouts to the 76 EVs in defense for being able to live that Heavy Slam. My goat. My absolute goat. And yeah, Heavy Slam was a good mid-ground play in case I swapped it to Petra. But yeah. Yeah, shoutouts to the Chanpao, man. Shoutouts to the Chanpao for really clutching that game. I really, really wish I had clicked the whatchamacallit move on the Crawdon. I really wish I clicked Sacred Sword. And honestly, yeah, there's no reason for me not to click Sacred Sword there, I don't think, in order to stop a potential Swords Dance set. Yeah, there was never like, I should have always clicked Sacred Sword there. Like, the chip didn't matter. I still had other mons in the back. Obviously, I had Colossal, I had Raging Bolt, and I had Petra. So, I think that every single time I play should have been to click the Sacred Sword button. But it is what it is. GG's to my opponent once again. Somehow we beat Nova, but I will gladly take it. Thank you all so much for watching. By the way, speaking of, if you want to check out our Monotype battle, because we actually had a Monotype battle for week 2, which I still have to upload on the Ko-fi, but we'll do that. Check out my Ko-fi page, where you can, for certain members, you can find the Monotype battles there. We battled Nova with this flying type team, and it was a very scary battle, so definitely look forward to that. Be sure to check out my opponent's channel down in the description below. I'm not sure if Nova's uploading this league. We will see. But, yeah, without any further ado, I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you all so much for watching. I really, really, really hope you all enjoyed this one, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Peace out, mates!